Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Monday, September 21st, 2020. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's games in NFL Week 2, the weekend's college football, Stanley Cup Finals, NBA playoffs, Major League Baseball, look ahead to everything going on today, look back at the U.S. Open, the NASCAR races, and my best bet of the day. All right, we'll start with the NFL Week number 2, results from yesterday. The Bears defeated the Giants 17-13. Saquon Barkley ACL tear out for the year. That is a brutal blow for the Giants and the development of Daniel Jones. They dropped to 0-2. Chicago improves to 2-0. Mitch Trubisky, 18 of 28, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns and 2 picks. The Giants probably wish that they got the second half Trubisky in the first half as well, or else they probably win that game. Daniel Jones, 25 of 40, 241 yards, and the pick. So you can argue he outplayed Mitch Trubisky. Cowboys over the Falcons, 40-39. The Cowboys rally back from a 20-0 and 29-10 deficit at halftime to win. They're 1-1. Atlanta's 0-2. Dak Prescott, 34 of 47, 450 yards and a touchdown. Matt Ryan, 24 of 36, 273 yards and 4 touchdowns. Packers over the Lions, 42-21. The Packers are 2-0. The Lions are 0-2. Aaron Rodgers, 18 of 30, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns. Matt Stafford, 20 of 33, 244 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Titans over the Jaguars, 33-30. Tennessee 2-0, Jacksonville 1-1. Ryan Tannehill 18 of 24, 239 yards and 4 touchdowns. Gardner Minshew 30 of 45, 339 yards, 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Colts over the Vikings 28-11. The Colts are 1-1. The Vikings are 0-2. Phil Rivers 19 of 25, 214 yards, a touchdown, a pick. Kirk Cousins 11 of 26, 113 yards and 3 interceptions. Bills over the Dolphins 31-28. The Bills 2-0. Miami 0-2. Josh Allen, 24 of 35, 417 yards and 4 touchdowns. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 31 of 47, 328 yards and 2 touchdowns. 49ers over the Jets, 31-13. The 49ers lost so many players to injury. Jimmy Garoppolo, Raheem Mostert, and Nick Bosa. And Nick Bosa, they're fearing that he may have a torn ACL, and he's done for the season. And San Francisco, their players and staff were complaining about the MetLife turf. And guess what? They have to play at MetLife Stadium again on Sunday as they take on the Saquon Barkley-less New York Football Giants. San Fran's 1-1. The Jets are 0-2. Jimmy Garoppolo, 14 of 16, 131 yards and 2 touchdowns. Sam Darnold, 21 of 32, 179 yards and a touchdown. Rams over the Eagles, 37-19. Rams with an impressive win. They're 2-0. Phillies 0-2. Jared Goff, 20 of 27, 267 yards and 3 touchdowns. Carson Wentz, 26 of 43, 242 yards and 2 picks. Steelers over the Broncos, 26-21. Steelers 2-0. Denver 0-2. Another injury in this game was Drew Lock. He'll be out for about a month and a half. Big Ben, 29 of 41, 311 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Jeff Driscoll came in to relieve Drew Lock after the injury. 18 of 34, 256 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Buccaneers over the Panthers, 31-17. The Bucs are 1-1. Carolina's 0-2. Tom Brady, 23 of 35, 217 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Teddy Bridgewater, 33 of 42, 367 yards, and 2 interceptions. Cardinals over the football team, 30-15. The Cardinals 2-0. Washington 1-1. Kyler Murray, 26 of 38, 286 yards, a touchdown and interception. Dwayne Haskins, 19 of 33, 223 yards and a touchdown. Chiefs over the Chargers 23-20 in overtime thanks to a field goal by Harrison Butker with 1:55 left in OT. Casey's 2-0. Chargers 1-1. Patrick Mahomes, 27 of 47, 302 yards and 2 touchdowns. Justin Herbert making his start because Tyrod Taylor, there was something that happened with him. He had to go to the hospital. He was very good in his debut, 22 of 33, 311 yards, a touchdown. and an interception. Ravens over the Texans 33-16. The Ravens 2-0. Houston 0-2. Lamar Jackson 18-24, 204 yards and a touchdown. Deshaun Watson 25-36, 275 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Seahawks over the Patriots 35-30. The Patriots are 2-0. New England's 1-1. Russell Wilson 21-28, 288 yards, 5 touchdowns and a pick. Cam Newton 30-44, 397 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Tonight you have the Saints at the Raiders, 8:15 on ESPN and ABC tonight. You got Steve Levy with Louis Riddick and Brian Griese on the call. This should be a really good game tonight. The Saints are giving 5.5 over under 48.5. I would make the Saints by 4.5 without Michael Thomas being there. I think that is just a huge loss for New Orleans, and it's that's why I think the line is too high here. Should be a entertaining, high-scoring game even without Michael Thomas. The over/under is 48.5. So I'm going to take the over. I'm just stunned that the over is that. So give me over 48.5 tonight in the Saints-Raiders game as my play for that game. Like I said, even without Michael Thomas, I could see a world where this is a 30-26 New Orleans Saints victory, and I think the Saints would take that even without their star wideout. Now we'll move over to college football and go over Saturday's results. An interesting Saturday in college football for sure. And Friday as well. Coastal Carolina over Campbell 43-21. Coastal's 2-0. Campbell 0-2. Number 11 Oklahoma State over Tulsa 16-7. Oklahoma State 1-0. Tulsa 0-1. Number 13 Cincinnati over Austin Peay 55-20. Cincinnati 1-0. Austin Peay 0-3. Number 19 Louisiana over Georgia State 34-31 in overtime. ULL 2-0, Georgia State 0-1. Number 25 Pitt over Syracuse 21-10. Pitt's 2-0, Syracuse is 0-2. Liberty upsets Western Kentucky 30-24. I had Liberty on the money line. They're 1-0. Western's 0-2. Navy over Tulane 27-24. Navy 1-1. Tulane 1-1. Boston College over Duke 26-6. BC 1-0. Duke 0-2. Number 7 Notre Dame over South Florida 52-0. Notre Dame's 2-0. USF 1-1. Number 14 UCF over Georgia Tech 49-21. UCF 1-0. Georgia Tech 1-1. Marshall upsets number 23 Appalachian State 17-7. Marshall 2-0. App State 1-1. UTSA over Stephen F. Austin 24-10. UTSA 2-0. Stephen F. Austin 0-2. Troy over Middle Tennessee 47-14. Impressive win. I should have went with them instead of Appalachian State. They're 1-0. Middle Tennessee is 0-2. And by the way, I say that because I initially had the over in Florida Atlantic Georgia Southern as one of my Fab Fives, but that game got postponed. So I went with Appalachian State as that fifth bet, and that did not come in through fruition. I should have went with Troy instead. Number 1 Clemson over the Citadel 49-0. Bad beat in the second half for those thinking to be over 57.5 because it was 49-0 at halftime. Clemson's 2-0. Citadel's 0-2. SMU over North Texas 65-35. SMU 2-0. North Texas 1-1. Number 17 Miami over number 18 Louisville 47-34. Impressive win for the Canes. They're 2-0. Louisville's 1-1. Louisiana Tech over Southern Miss 31-30. Louisiana Tech 1-0. Southern Miss 0-2. Texas State over UL Monroe 38-17. Texas State 1-2. UL Monroe 0-2. NC State over Wake Forest 45-42. NC State 1-0. Wake 0-2. UTEP over Abilene Christian 17-13. UTEP 2-1. Abilene Christian 0-1. Houston Baylor postponed. Charlotte number 12 UNC canceled. BYU Army 21 was BYU, 22 was Army postponed. FAU Georgia Southern postponed, and then Central Arkansas State was postponed as well. Now we'll go over Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final, which took place on Saturday night. The Dallas Stars came out on top 4-1 over the Lightning. The number 3 star of the game with a goal, Joel Hanley. The number 2 star of the game with a goal, Jamie Olasak. And the number 1 star of the game with 35 saves on 36 shots, Antoine Khudobin, who has been money in the postseason, who's literally been this year's Jordan Binghamton. He was impressive in Game 1 and in the Stanley Cup Finals. He should be the favorite for the Conn Smythe right now, if you ask me. Tonight's game number 2 between the Stars and the Lightning, 8 o'clock NBCSN. Doc Emmerich, Eddie Olczyk, Peter McGuire on the call. I'm going to say the Lightning bounce back and win game number 2, leaving this up a game apiece. The Lightning in tonight's game are minus 165. The Stars are plus 140. I'm going to take Tampa Bay, even it up at 1 apiece. I would suggest to take them on the goal line too at minus 1.5 at plus 165, or bet the over in this game at plus 125, 5.5. So give me the Bolts, the bounce back in game number 2, to even this up at 1 apiece, and as they can bring a little bit more juice to this series. Now we'll go over NBA. From the weekend, you had the Western Finals start on Friday, and then the Game 3 of the Eastern Finals on Saturday. Lakers over the Nuggets, 126-114 in Game 1. Anthony Davis, 37 points, 10 boards. Nikola Jokic had 21 points to lead Denver. Saturday, Celtics over the Heat, 117-106 to make this a 2-1 series to get on the board. Jaylen Brown had 26 points. Jason Tatum, 25, 14, and 8. And Bam Adebayo, 27 points and 16 boards for Miami. Last night, Lakers over the Nuggets, 105-103, courtesy of a buzzer beater 3 by Anthony Davis to go up 2-0 in the series. And Davis had 31 points to lead the way. Nikola Jokic had 30 points and 9 assists. Denver nearly stole Game 2. But it was just a heartbreaking loss for them. And then game number 3 isn't until Tuesday night, so we'll go over and preview that on the podcast on tomorrow. Now we will go over Major League Baseball from the weekend and look ahead to a busy final week ahead of the regular season. Cardinals over the Pirates 6-5 in Game 1 of a doubleheader. Cardinals 23-24, Pittsburgh 15-35. Alex Reyes the win, Trevor Williams the Ross, and Ryan Hesley the save. Home run in this game, Colton Wong and Tyler O'Neill. I almost said Paul O'Neill. Phils over the Blue Jays 7-0 in the Game 1 of a doubleheader. Phils 25-25, Blue Jays 26-24. Zach Eflin the win, Robbie Ray the loss. Bryce Harper homered in the game. Nats over the Marlins 5-0 Game 1 doubleheader. Nats 19-29, Miami 25-24. Eric Feed the win, Sixto Sanchez the loss. That was the worst I've seen Sixto Sanchez pitch all year. Reds over the White Sox 7-1. The Reds are 26-26. Chicago 33-18. Tyler Mahle the win, and Jonathan Stever the loss. Home runs: Nicholas Castellanos, Tucker Barnhart, Joey Votto, Jesse Winker. Indians over the Tigers 1-0. The Indians are 28-23. Detroit 21-29. Zach Plesac to win. Tyler Alexander the loss, and Brad Hand gets the save. Braves over the Mets 15-2. Braves 30-21, Mets 23-28. Max Fried the win, Steven Matz the loss. Homers, Marcell Ozuna, Austin Riley, Travis d'Arnaud, Ozzie Albies again, Ronald Acuna Jr. Phillies over the Blue Jays 8-7 doubleheader game number 2. Getting the win for Philadelphia, Connor Brogdon, Rafael DeLeese the loss, and Hector Neris the save. Both teams 26-25 after that doubleheader. Home runs, Andrew McCutchen, Teoscar Hernandez, and that's it. Yanks over the Red Sox 6-5 in 12 innings to extend their winning streak to 9 in a row. Yanks 30-21, Boston 19-23. Jonathan Loáisiga the win, Ryan Weber the loss. Home runs, Christian Arroyo, Gary Sanchez in the top of the ninth to tie it at 4 apiece, down to the last out as well. Rays over the Orioles 2-1. The Rays are 34-18. Baltimore 22-30. Tyler Glasnow the win, Alex Cobb the loss, and Ryan Sheriff the save. The lone home run in this game, Austin Hayes of the Orioles. Cardinals over the Pirates 7-2 in game number 2. Cardinals 24-24. Pittsburgh 15-36. Andrew Miller to win, Chad Cole the loss. Home runs in this game, Brian Reynolds and Dylan Carlson. Dodgers over the Rockies 15-6. The Dodgers are 37-15. Colorado 22-28. Mitchell White the win, Ryan Castellini the loss. Home runs, Cody Bellinger, Gavin Lux. From Colorado, Josh Fuentes. Who else homered in this game? Mookie Betts. And that's it. Diamondbacks over the Astros 6-3. The D-backs 20-32. Houston 25-26. Zach Allen the win. Luis Garcia the loss. And Stefan Crichton the save. Home runs, Cole Calhoun and George Springer, and then Cole Calhoun again. Cole Calhoun's had an awesome season for Arizona, by the way. Brewers over the Royals 9-5. The Brewers 24-26. KC 21-30. Drew Rasmussen the win, and Danny Duffy the loss. Homers, Christian Yelich, Josh Nottingham, Orlando Arcia, and Salvador Perez. Marlins over the Nationals 14-3 doubleheader game number 2. Getting the win for Miami was Emi Garcia and Will Crow the loss. Home runs, Corey Dickerson, Brian Anderson. Brian Anderson again 2 more times, so he had a 3-homer game for Miami. Cubs over the Twins 1-0. Cubs 31-20, Minnesota 31-22. Kyle Hendricks the win, Rich Hill the loss, Jeremy Jeffress the save. Angels over the Rangers 6-2. Angels 22-30. Texas 18-33. Jaime Barria the win, and Wes Benjamin the loss. Home runs, Albert Pujols twice. Athletics over the Giants 6-0. The A's are 32-19. San Francisco 25-25. Chris Bassett the win, Logan Webb the loss. Only home run in this game, Matt Olson. Padres over the Mariners 6-1. The Padres 33-19. Seattle 22-29. Chris Paddock the win. Yusei Kikuchi the loss. Home runs, Manny Machado, Evan White, and then Manny Machado again. Saturday's results. Athletics over the Giants 6-0 again. Oakland 33-19. San Fran 25-26. Jesus Luzardo the win. Kevin Gossman the loss. Home run in this game, Jake Lamb. Phils over the Blue Jays 3-1. The Phils are 27-25. Toronto 26-26. Vince Velasquez the win. Hey Engine Ryu the loss. Tommy Hunter the save. Travis Shaw at the lone home run in that game. Tigers over the Indians 5-2. The Tigers are 22-29. Cleveland 28-24. Getting the win, Jose Siniero the loss. Phil Mayton, and getting the save for the win, Brian Garcia. And this was hours after Rod Gardenhire retired. No homers in this game. Marlins over the Nationals 7-3. The Marlins 27-24. Washington 19-31. Pablo Lopez the win. Patrick Corbin the loss. Home runs, Miguel Rojas, Garrett Cooper, and that's it. Cardinals over the Pirates 5-4. The Cardinals are 25-24. Pittsburgh 15-37. Jake Woodford the win. Sam Howard the loss, and Genesis Cabrera the save. Cabrian Hayes, Jose Osuna, homer in that game. White Sox over the Reds 5-0. The White Sox 34-18. Cincinnati 26-27. Getting the win in this game, Matt Foster, and the loss, Trevor Bauer. 5 solo shots for the White Sox. Nomar Mazara, Tim Anderson hit 2. Yasmani Grandal and Jose Abreu. Mets over the Braves 7-2. The Mets bounce back 24-28. Atlanta 30-22. David Peterson the win. Ian Anderson the loss. Home runs Adam Duvall, Travis d'Arnaud, Dominic Smith, and Robinson Cano. Astros over the Diamondbacks 3-2. The Astros 26-26. Arizona 20-33. Enoy Paredes the win. Luke Weaver the loss. Ryan Presley the save. Home run Cole Calhoun. Yanks over the Red Sox 8-0. The Yanks are 31-21. The Red Sox 19-34. Jay Happ the win and Chris Massa the loss. The lone home run in this game was hit by Clint Frazier. Brewers over the Royals 5-0. The Brewers are 25-26. KC 21-31. Corbin Burns the win. Chris Bubick the loss. The lone home run in this game, Ryan Braun. Rays over the Orioles 3-1. The Rays are 35-18. Baltimore 22-31. Charlie Morton the win. Jorge Lopez the loss, and Ryan Thompson the save. Home runs Yoshishito Susugo and Randy Arozena. Dodgers over the Rockies 6-1. The Dodgers 38-15. Colorado 22-29. Clayton Kershaw the win. Chichi Gonzalez the loss. Home runs Chris Taylor and A.J. Pollock. Twins over the Cubs 8-1. The Twins are 32-22. Chicago 31-21. Michael Pineda to win. Alec Mills the loss. Home runs Eddie Rosario, Miguel Sano, and Josh Donaldson. Angels over the Rangers 4-3. The Angels 23-30. Texas 18-34. Mike Mayers the win and Brett Martin the loss. Home runs Leodis Tavares, who's a highly touted prospect back in the day. It's good to see him getting a shot. Rougned Odor, Shohei Ohtani. Mariners over the Padres 4-1. The Mariners 23-29. San Diego 33-20. Justice Sheffield the win. Dan Altavilla the loss, and Yoshihito Hirano with the save. Kyle Lewis was the lone homer in that game. Sunday's results: Red Sox over the Yankees 10-2 to end the Yankees' 10-game winning streak. The Yanks are 20-30, or the Red Sox are 20-34. The Yanks are 31-22. Tanner Houck the win, and he took a no-hitter into the 6th inning as well. Davey Garcia the loss. Michael Chavez homered twice. Bobby Dablik homered. JD Martinez homered, and so did Luke Voigt. Orioles over the Rays 2-1 as the Rays avoid the Orioles avoid getting swept. The Baltimore's 23-31, Tampa Bay 35-19. John Means the win, Ryan Yarbrough the loss, and Cesar Valdez the win. Willie Adames hits a home run. Reds over the White Sox 7-3. The Reds are 27-27. The White Sox are 34-19. Lucas Sims the win, Dylan Cease the loss. Home runs Arquitas Aquino and Edwin Encarnacion. Indians over the Tigers 7-4. The Indians 29-24. Detroit 22-30. Carlos Carrasco to win. Matt Boyd the loss. Home runs Jose Ramirez twice and Miguel Cabrera. Doubleheader game 1. Marlins over the Nats 2-1. Marlins 28-24. Washington 19-32. Sandy Alcantara to win. Max Scherzer to loss. Brandon Kinsler to save. No homers in the game. Braves over the Mets 7-0. The Braves are 31-22 and the Mets are 24-29. Kyle Wright the win. Rick Porcello the loss. Ronald Acuna Jr. was the lone home run in this game. Astros over the D-backs 3-2. Astros 27-26. Arizona 20-34. Getting the win. Blake Taylor the loss. Junior Guerrero to save. Ryan Presley. Home runs Nick Ahmed and George Springer twice. Brewers over the Royals 5-3. The Brewers 26-26. KC 21-32. Josh Lindblom the win. Brad Keller the loss. Josh Hader to save. Home runs, Dan Vogelbach twice and Salvador Perez. Blue Jays over the Phillies 6-3. Blue Jays 27-26. Phillies 27-26. Taijuan Walker to win. Adonis Medina the loss and Anthony Bass the save. Teoscar Hernandez hit the lone home run in that game. Rockies over the Dodgers 6-3. The Rockies 23-29. Dodgers 38-16. Antonio Senzatella the win. Tony Gonsolin the loss. Michael Givens the save. No homers in the game. Giants over the A's 14-2. Giants 26-26. A's 33-20. Tyler Anderson the win. Mike Minor the loss. Home runs in this game: Chadwick Trump, Darren Ruff, and Brandon Crawford. Cardinals over the Pirates 2-1. The Cardinals 26-24. Pittsburgh 15-38. Jack Flaherty to win. Derek Holland the loss and Andrew Miller to save. Yadier Molina hit the go-ahead home run in that game in the 7th inning. Rangers over the Angels 7-2. The Rangers 19-34. Angels 23-21. Kyle Cody to win. Julio Teheran the loss. Home runs: Joey Gallo. Shortstop: Anderson Tejada. Sam Huff the catcher. Rougned Odor and Derek Dietrich. The Padres over the Mariners 7-4 in extras as the Padres clinch a playoff berth and the Yankees clinch a playoff berth courtesy of Seattle's loss. San Diego's 34-20, Seattle 23-30. Trevor Rosenthal the win and Casey Sadler the loss. Homers: Will Myers, Dylan Moore. And then the 11th inning was Mitch Moreland double, Jurickson Profar single, and then Austin Nola scores on an error. Nationals over the Marlins 15-0 in game number 2. Nats are 20-32. Miami 28-25. Getting the win for Washington, Ben Bramer and Braxton Garrett the loss for Miami. Home runs: Trey Turner, Kirk Suzuki, Michael A. Taylor, Asdrubal Cabrera, Victor Robles. And last but not least, Twins over Cubs 4-0 on Sunday Night Baseball. The Twins are 33-22. Chicago 31-22. Jose Barrios the win, Yu Darvish the loss. The lone home run in this game was in the 7th inning off the bat of Max Kepler. Today's games: 4 o'clock, Rangers Angels, Kyle Gibson and Dylan Bundy. Phillies Nats at 6, Zach Wheeler and Anibal Sanchez. White Sox Indians, Dane Dunning and Aaron Savali. 6:30, Yanks Blue Jays. We don't know who's going for the Yanks yet. If I had to guess, probably Garrett Cole. But are they skipping him so they could start him in the postseason game against whomever? That's probably the case. They probably want him to start to give him rest for the playoffs a little bit here. And then Matt Shoemaker's going for Toronto as they look to have a revenge series against the Yankees after the Yankees swept them badly in the Bronx. Brewers at the Reds, Brandon Woodruff and Luis Castillo. Cubs Pirates at 7, John Lester and JT Brubaker. Marlins Braves, Trevor Rogers and Husker Yanoa. Rays Mets, Peter Fairbanks and Jake DeGrom. 8 o'clock Cards Royals, Adam Wainwright and Carlos Hernandez. 9 o'clock Astros Mariners, Lance McCullers Jr. and Marco Gonzalez. And 9:45 Rockies Giants, Ramon Marquez and Johnny Cueto. Alrighty, now we'll go over the golf from the weekend. The U.S. Open, which was a fun tournament, but I think it was predictable who was going to win come Saturday. And your winner was Bryson DeChambeau, who is due for a breakthrough performance on the big stage. And he finished the tournament with a final score of 6 under. In second place, you had Matthew Wolff at a score of even. Third place, Lewis Olson with 2 over. Fourth place, Harry English with 3 over. Fifth place, Xander Schauffele at 4 over. Tied for 6th, Dustin Johnson and Will Zalortis at 5 over. Tied for 8th with 6 over, Webb Simpson, Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, Tony Finau, and Zach Johnson. Tied for 13th with 7 over, Patrick Reed, Victor Hovland, Adam Long, and Lee Westwood. Tied for 17th with 8 over, Jason Korkrak, Lucas Glover, Paul Casey, Hideki Matsuyama, and Alex Noren. Tied for 22nd at 9 over, Sungjae Im. Tied for 23rd at 10 over, John Rahm, Joaquin Niemann, Rafa Cabrera Bello, Thomas Peters, Taylor Pendrith, Brendan Todd, and Eric Van Rooyen. 30th place with 11 over, Charles Howell III. Other notables in the 31st tie with 12 over, Bubba Watson. In the tie for 34th with 13 over, Daniel Berger, Tyler Duncan. In the tie for 38th with 14 over, Jason Day, Adam Scott, Brett Horschel. In the tie for 43rd with 15 over, Matt Wallace, Patrick Cantlay, Shane Lowry, Lanto Griffin. In the tie for 49th with 17 over, Ricky Fowler. In the tie for 51st with 18 over, John Pack and Chesson Hadley. Adam Hadwin was 54th with 19 over. Christian Biedenhout was 55th with 20 over. Abraham Ancer was in the tie for 56th with 21 over. Sebastian Munoz was in the tie for 59th with 24 over. Colin Morikawa was cut. So was Tiger. Matthew Fitzpatrick. Tommy Fleetwood. Justin Rose. Cam Champ. Tyrell Hatton, Ian Poulter, Richie Wierenski. Phil Mickelson, Dylan McCarthy, Jordan Spieth, Sergio Garcia, Danny Lee, and Adam Putnam were the 2 that withdrew. NASCAR, we'll go over the 2 results from the weekend, and we'll start with Xfinity, which took place on Friday night. And your winner was Chase Briscoe. In second place was Ross Chaston. Third, Austin Cindric. Fourth, Harrison Burton. Fifth, Justin Allgaier. Sixth, Anthony Alfredo. Seventh, Noah Gragson. Eighth, Brandon Jones. Ninth, Jeb Burton. 10th, Riley Herbst. And I think I picked Chase Briscoe too, so that was a good call by me. Rest of the standings: Jeremy Clements, Brendan Brown, Alex Labb, Ryan Sieg, Timmy Hill, Justin Haley, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Greg Galding, Josh Williams, Chad Fincham, Colby Howard, Matt Mills, Stephon Parsons, Joe Martins, Jesse Little, Brent Moffitt, Joe Graf Jr., Dexter Bean, Cody Vanderwell, Bailey Curry, Michael Annett, Kyle Weatherman, Vinnie Miller, BJ McLeod, Myatt Snyder, and Stephen Licht. And now to the Cup Series. Saturday night, your winner was Kevin Harvick, as he is running away with the title. In second place was Kyle Busch. Third, Eric Jones. Fourth, Tyler Reddick. Fifth, Aric Almirola. In sixth was Clint Bowyer. Seventh, Chase Elliott. Eighth, Chris Buescher. Ninth, Ryan Preece. 10th, Michael McDowell. The rest, Joey Logano, Austin Dillon, Ryan Blaney, Matt Kenseth. My pick of Kurt Busch came in 15th. Alec Bowman, 16th. Jimmy Johnson, Ty Dillon, Matty Benedetto, John Hunter Nemechek, Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, Cole Custer, Mountain Truex Jr., Ryan Newman, Daniel Suarez, Gary Galding, Chris Bell, Quinn Houff, J.J. Yeley, Joey Gase, Garrett Smithley, Corey LaJoie, Brad Keselowski, a disappointing 34th, James Davison, Reed Sorensen, Timmy Hill, William Byron, Josh Bilicki, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. at the bottom. All right, best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. I alluded to it earlier. It's the over in tonight's Raiders-Saints game. I just think that it's a shootout. Michael Thomas or not. Emmanuel Sanders is going to have a big day. Alvin Kamara is going to have a big day. Jared Cook's going to have a big day. Drew Brees is going to look like the Drew Brees of old. and I think that the Raiders can put up points as well. I think this game's going to go well into the 50s, maybe even the 60s. So give me the over in tonight's game between the Raiders and the Saints as the Raiders open up their new home in Las Vegas. That's it for the show today. I'll be back tomorrow recapping Monday Night Football, baseball, Stanley Cup Final. Look ahead to tomorrow stuff, including Game 3 between the Nuggets and the Lakers. NFL Power Rankings tomorrow maybe, or overreactions, maybe both. And obviously best bet for tomorrow as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.